Astronomers use the huge Arecibo Observatory, a radio telescope in Puerto Rico, to study the close flyby of Earth by asteroids. Credit Arecibo Observatory. NSF Arecibo Observatory, which is in Puerto Rico, is the location of the world's second-largest single-dish radio telescope. Because radio telescopes can work at all times of day and in all kinds of weather, the observatory operates 24 hours a day. It celebrated its 50th anniversary of work in 2013. Update for September 20, 2017. The Arecibo Observatory is currently closed due to Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. The Arecibo Observatory, Puerto Rico's giant radio telescope in photos. While the observatory does a lot of astronomy work, it is perhaps most famous for being the site of the huge search for extraterrestrial intelligence SETI message directed at the globular cluster M13 in 1974. Besides its scientific work, Arecibo is known for being the location of a climactic fight in GoldenEye, a 1995 James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan. The telescope is part of the National Astronomy and Ionosphere Center. The National Science Foundation has a cooperative agreement with the three entities that operate at SRI International, the university's Space Research Association and UMET Metropolitan University. 5 decades ago, scientists sought a radio telescope that was close to the equator, according to Arecibo's website. This location would allow the telescope to track planets passing overhead, while also probing the nature of the ionosphere, the layer of the atmosphere in which charged particles produce the northern lights. Cornell University's William Gordon, who pursued atmospheric studies, was one of the main forces behind Arecibo's construction, and its first director. The telescope was built in an area of limestone sinkholes that provided natural geometry. The reflective dish is 1,000 feet 305 meters in diameter, 167 feet 51 meters deep, and covers an area of about 20 acres 81,000 square meters. A triangular platform is suspended 450 feet 137 meters above the dish by 3 concrete towers. The platform holds the azimuth arm, a dome containing 2 subreflectors, and a set of antennae that can be tuned to a narrow band of frequencies. Arecibo was the largest radio telescope until July 2016, when China finished the 500-meter aperture spherical telescope's fast giant dish. That dish, the size of 30 football fields, is 1,650 feet 503 meters wide. Arecibo broadcast a pictorial message into space in 1974, aiming for M13, a globular cluster of stars. It will take some time for the message to get there, as M13 is about 21,000 light-years away. Asteroid 2012 LZ1 is roughly spherical and rotates once around every 10 to 15 hours. This detailed image was taken on July 19, 2012 by researchers at the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, when the asteroid was 6 million miles 10 million kilometers away. The resolution is 25 feet 7.5 meters, equivalent to seeing a basketball in New York City from Puerto Rico. Credit USRA. According to SETI, the broadcast is roughly the same as a 20 trillion watt omnidirectional broadcast. In simple terms, the broadcast would be visible by just about any receiver in the galaxy that is about the same size as the antenna at Arecibo. We translated the radio frequency message into a warbling audio tone that was broadcast over speakers at the ceremony. When the tone started, much of the audience spontaneously got up and walked out of the tent and gazed up at the telescope, recalled past Arecibo director Harold Kraft in a 1999 Cornell University press release marking the 25th anniversary. In the decades following, SETI has trumpeted the message as a significant step to helping understand the challenges of communicating with aliens. Although it's unlikely that this short inquiry will ever prompt a reply, the experiment was useful in getting us to think a bit about the difficulties of communicating across space, time, and a presumably wide culture gap, SETI wrote on its website. These days, Arecibo is frequently used for finding asteroids that are swinging close to Earth. The observatory focuses on those that could pose a danger to the planet, making an effort to accurately measure their sizes to gauge the potential impact it could have. In 2013, for example, the observatory watched the arrival of asteroid 2012 DA14, which passed within 17,200 miles 27,000 kilometers of Earth. It was a close flyby, but NASA emphasized the asteroid passed by at a safe distance. Besides asteroid research, Arecibo is also the site of the Planetary Habitability Laboratory at the University of Puerto Rico at Arecibo. The group has a habitable planets catalog that tracks the number of alien worlds and other solar systems that could be in the Goldilocks zone, or area that is not too hot or cold for life, of their respective stars.